Are we back? Finally get some more Marvel content fresh out the theater with the Thunderbolts asterisk. We finally figure out what exactly the asterisk means, which we will definitely get to within this particular pod. But I'm gonna just go ahead and ask you right off the bat before we even hop into the actual review of the movie. Is Marvel back?
Think Marvel's back. I
Marvel's
definitely
back.
do. I
Marvel's
definitely do.
back.
Marvel's back, bro. Let me say something that's gonna be a little controversial before we get into the actual review. For those of y'all who love Captain America, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna die on this hill. This was a Captain America movie. This
What?
should have been a Captain America movie.
It should. So hold on. So you're saying this is a Captain America movie, or it should have been a Captain America
This
movie?
should have been a Captain America movie. If you were gonna make an Avenger squad like you supposed to should have had done, this should have been it. I'm gonna die on the hill.
Okay. If they somehow could have worked that in with the Captain America 4, somehow this would have been. I could agree with you.
If you had the premise of like Val and then President Ross mixing together with them trying to create or force a new Avenger team, this would have been it. This would have been it.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, we got Captain America 4. I'm not gonna shit on it, but
We've I we've had our thoughts about it. I'll say that
yeah,
it's not. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It I will say this movie was so much better and more organized, a lot better than what they just put a whole bunch of things together with the Captain America 4
it
movie.
was well written and well scripted.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to put it like that. Plus, the chemistry was amazing. I love the cast. Like I love how they mixed the humor with the serious tone of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're gonna get into it real quick. But I'm gonna be straight forward with you, bro. This shitted on Captain America 4. I did love how they connected it. Um, but to be honest with you, like in the timeline, this should have happened during the same time as Captain America 4, in my opinion, not after.
Yeah, for sure. You did highlight on the humor, the cast. I definitely want to put a big shout out to Florence Pugh. She stole the show in this movie. Definitely stole the show in this movie. Like, there's nothing I can say negative about her. Like, when we when they finally released the Black Widow movie, which a lot of y'all look, it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I just felt like the timing of the movie when it released was bad, which I felt like it hurt the movie. Number one, it was during COVID, and then number two, we ended the Marvel Cinematic Universe on such a high note where we had Endgame, we had the big war with Thanos, and then we take it down a couple notches and we get put into this situation with the Black Widow movie. It really hurt that movie. So I'm not saying it's not, again, I thought it was a good movie. Like, it was a great movie to give homage to Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow and then make that transition into Yelena, making her the next Black Widow, into whatever they decided they wanted to do, which I knew they were going to try to push this narrative of her being the next Black Widow of the Avengers. I just didn't know how they were going to do it based off of how the end of the movie went. And then we made the transition to, was it Hawkeye, the Hawkeye TV show. So
Yeah,
Yelena's been sitting on the sidelines for a while, and finally we get the opportunity to see where this goes, which I feel like she fits perfectly with what we're trying to do with the MCU, where she gives us a steal the show type of of actress that we need, because there's been a whole bunch of, I don't want to call them, not steal the showers, but they're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not what we, I don't know what word I want to use, but it's
we're not
just,
accustomed to.
Yeah,
Is I
yeah,
think what
we're
Jay
not
was
we're
saying.
not accustomed to them, but at the same time, it's just like they're not stealing the show like Florence Pugh does for me.
Facts. I'm gonna go back to what you said about Black Widow. I thought it was a good movie. My only rebuttal about the movie that I didn't like was the Taskmaster aspect of the movie. I think they could have done more with that character. Do
Hmm.
I care that they changed the sex of the character? No, not really. I mean, it would have been cool if they kept it as a man, but whatever. I'm not here or there to discuss that. That's not the point. I just felt like that character should have been done more justice. Meaning, like, I think that character should have got more screen time, and I think we should have got more of a backstory. By getting into it, it did happen during the time of COVID, like we spoke of. It just, and also too in the way that it fit after the phases after Endgame and all that, it just didn't feel right. Like it should have happened earlier. I did believe Scarlett Johansson did deserve her own movie, but unfortunately we got the movie we got, and it was also on Disney Plus, and you had to pay for it, which I did. Which was also a big thing I didn't like about Disney. Like, why couldn't we just release it in movie theaters before? But here, it's neither here or there. But it was a good movie. I loved it. It is also the last time we got General Ross, um, the actor, before he had passed away. R.I.P. on him. I would love to have seen him become Red Hawk, but as we know, unfortunately, he didn't make it. But going into what we were talking about in this movie, Thunderbolts, Yelena, Florence Pugh. I love her character. I felt like she's been, what's the word I'm looking for? She was put on the bench.
Hmm.
She was benched for a while. And I did feel like she had potential. I love her. I loved her in Black Widow. I also love Red Guardian as well. I love the chemistry between those two, and also when we got her in Hawkeye and seeing her reenact with
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop was I love that chemistry between her. She just has this flow, like this personality you love, like you want to continue seeing her, and that's what I like about her. And seeing her in this movie, carry this movie was amazing. Like this is what we need in Marvel. This is Marvel at its best. I think so. Is it one of the best Marvel movies? I'm not gonna say it's the greatest, but it's really good. It's up there. I'm gonna probably put it up there with top five. Well, actually, hold on. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah,
Top
yeah,
10, top 10,
yeah.
top 10. Let me rephrase
Rewind
that.
that
Top 10.
shit
Rewind
back.
that shit back. Hold on. Let me rewind that shit. Top 10, top 10. My bad. I spoke too soon. Forgive me. I've been on vacation for too long. But yeah, top 10. Most definitely. I am definitely going to buy this movie for my collection. I do believe it's been shitting on a lot of the movies that have been coming out lately. Um, I do think it's about time we finally got a real MCU movie. And for those of you going to tell me Deadpool 3 was an MCU movie, I think it was, but it wasn't. I don't really consider it an MCU movie, so I'm going to kind of leave Deadpool 3 out of it. But if you think about it, within the last couple of movies, the last time I think we had a really, really good movie was Spider-Man No Way Home. I'm going to die on that hill because a lot of people are going to tell me Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but I'm not a big fan of that movie. I like the first two, but the third one was all right.
It was all right.
The Marvels was okay. I love Doctor Strange, but it still wasn't perfect. Like it was missing something.
It was definitely missing something. It was underwhelming, like I said before. It was an underwhelming movie.
I felt like it was pushed too soon. Like it wasn't polished enough, but that's my personal opinion. But going into this, I did love the cast. Yelena did steal the show, but I also felt too. This is where I'm going back to the Captain America 4 movie. This is why you should have let Sebastian Stan take the mantle. Because to be honest with you, the Winter Soldier led a group. And you want to talk about the past, let the past be the past, bro. Everybody deserves a second chance. Sam Wilson ain't that guy. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't care. Y'all could you could debate me on the comment section below. Sam Wilson ain't that guy. He ain't leading nobody. But my man Bucky,
Did
bro,
Bucky really lead? Hold on. Before we even get into this, let's go ahead and get into the summary, because this is about to get real in a second.
It's about to get real. Let's get into it.
All right. So, the Thunderbolts. CI director Valentina Allegra de Fontaine misleads Yelena, John Walker, Ghost, and Taskmaster to a covert OXE facility under the pretense of a mission. Now, Ghost kills the Taskmaster, murks her, and then mysterious Bob wakes up in the facility. Learning that they were sent by Fontaine to be incinerated along with any evidence of her misconduct to lead back to the government of her for her impeachment, they managed to escape the trap. DeFontaine learns the group has survived, including Bob, who was presumed dead during the Century trials. She manages to capture Bob and transports him to the Avengers Tower in New York City, now called the Watch Tower. The Thunderbolts are pursued by DeFontaine's agents before they are ultimately apprehended by Bucky Barnes. Bucky joins forces with the group to head to New York to infiltrate the Watchtower. The Thunderbolts discover that DeFontaine has turned Bob into some type of superhuman known as the Sentry. Sentry overpowers the team and they run away as he's having this issue understanding the power. He ends up trying to kill Fontaine. Mel, Fontaine's assistant, ends up hitting the failsafe kill switch on Sentry, which ends up killing Sentry, and then it triggers in an emergence of Sentry's alter ego, the Void. The Void ends up sucking in all of New York City citizen into the Void, and Yelena and the Thunderbolts end up getting sucked in to the Void, and they motivate Bob to take over the darkness inside of him, which is the Void, to bring him back to reality. Fontaine, she manipulates the public by introducing the Thunderbolts as the new Avengers of New York City. Mm-hmm. So we had the ... on the Bucky thing. So let's go ahead and jump right into the Bucky thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and let you finish your statement that you were saying before.
I think Bucky Barnes can lead a group, bro. In my personal opinion, for those of you who haven't watched the movie, spoiler alert, but Bucky does apprehend.
This is spoilers, by the way. I forgot to say this earlier, but this is definitely spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched the movie and you don't want us to spoil it, leave a like, subscribe, and come back and rewatch when you finish watching the movie.
That's right. Don't forget to leave that like. Don't forget to hit that like button. But spoiler alert, I do believe that Bucky is a leader. He did apprehend the Thunderbolts, which is pretty funny how they got the name. It's not how they got it in the comics, but I mean, it's not related to General Ross. But I did love how Bucky was able to lead them, to guide them in order to stop the Sentry. To be honest with you, I wasn't prepared in how they were going to fight the Sentry, because I was still wondering in my head, like, how are they going to fight this Superman, like, copycat, and how they were going to handle this. But to be honest with you, I kind of like the way that they handle it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I kind of already knew it was going to be the power of friendship that was going to beat him. Mm-hmm. But to be honest with you, it was more than just the power of friendship. It was also the ability to realize that you have to be the stronger person to order to control your darker side or the darkness within you, and learn how to withhold it, which was the strong message of this movie, was depression and addiction, which was the whole point of this movie, which I loved about it. I didn't think Marvel was going to get dark with it, but I do think it did have a personal message that could, relate to the audience. And I did love how the fact that all the Thunderbolts were technically losers, and they were going through their own types of depression, and how they were able to combat it and fight it in order to work together in order to stop the main villain.
I want to rewind back a second to the Bucky Barnes thing, because is he really the leader? Because I maybe I'm not looking at it right, but I don't like his leadership skills whatsoever. My man literally drives the truck inside of the Watchtower and without a plan. Now, I'm more on board with Walker being the leader, or maybe they could be co-leaders. I don't know. But I felt like Walker showed a lot more leadership skills in this movie than Bucky. And even when we sat down and watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, like, Walker was specially picked for that particular role to be the next Captain America due to his leadership skills. And one more thing about Bucky, dog. I feel like during the course of this movie, he's like a shell of himself, bro. Maybe they need to tell him to go back and work out to get to that Winter Soldier look that he had before, but like he was looking rough. And then when they fought the Sentry, by the way, when he took the jacket off, I thought it was something to go hard on him, dog.
Hey, yo, he did that dog. Hey, but they all got dog, bro. They all got dog. I don't think Bucky got it the worst. I think what's his name? U.S. agent got it the worst though.
Oh, I know, but when he took the jacket off, I'm like, okay, we about to get that
We even
Winter
got that
Soldier.
that
And
Winter Soldier shit in
then
his
he
man
threw that punch with the
with
what's the vibranium
the
arm,
vibranium arm.
and
Yeah.
then he crushed that Joe. He ripped it off, and then he threw him across the floor. I'm like, damn.
Hey, but you gotta understand that was an uneven fight, bro. This dude was Superman. Oh, and by the way, before we even continue going to this conversation, let me say something that's gonna be even more controversial. And I don't care what nobody say. Y'all DC fans y'all can eat it. I don't care. No homo. This is how you make a Superman, like, not copycat, but this is how you make a Superman character
You up a
exist in a
super
universe.
character. You size up a super character.
And no Sison, you didn't need no backstory. He was just the shit, bro. Did you like? Are we like? This is what a Superman character should have been look like.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he was able to do what he did, bro. Like, first of all, we had straight Superman looking at a ghost like, oh, I see you, bam.
You
The
don't
whole
think?
like,
Hold on. You don't think they kind of took the Captain Marvel approach where she just automatically just had her powers just down packed because he only took him like a couple of days. Was it a couple of days that passed before they got to the Watchtower? And he was murking them like he'd been doing this for years.
well, he did say he knew how to control it, and I do believe he was correct about that. He just needed to stop being shy about it.
Oh,
He had a barrier. You can tell that he had a barrier. You know, he was fighting his demons. And I also believe that it, because in the comic Century was created by Stan Lee, which also was a character that was long forgotten, which is why in the movie, as we progress in the movie, this character was long forgotten for a reason. The Century Project is part of the Weapons X project, and the character has multiple personality disorders as well. And you can tell as he's going along, like he tends to forget who he is or what he did or what happened. You can tell that there's multiple versions of himself stuck in his head. That's why they kept announcing that the fact that an unstable person like that with all that power cannot control it.
mm-hmm.
Why, hence, this is a strong message why these losers were able to control their depression. Like he always had the power to control it. The Void is another version of himself, an evil version of himself that was able to overtake his original personality, which became the main villain of the movie. But it's just a darker side of him, but it just takes like a strong-willed individual to overcome his demons. That was the message of the movie, which I love. And also, like, I didn't really think they were gonna go the route that I did think they were gonna do in the movies because he was also a drug addict as well, strongly addicted to meth. And they mentioned it, and I'm like, this is a Disney movie, bro. Like, they kept mentioning the word meth, like I believe like 5 times, and I'm like, I kind of forgot this was a Disney movie for a minute. Because
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning of the movie, we get Yelena just murking soldiers, and like you know that this is what I'm telling you. This is why I think this is the Captain America movie because they don't hold back. Like in the last couple Captain America movies, you know Captain America wasn't like holding back on his strength, bro. I think he killed a lot of people. Like I think he did, and like especially in the Winter Soldier, and when that whole boat scene we talked about in the last pod, those people did not survive. He did not hold back, bro. I think he killed them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Civil War, people died. Yeah, you could call them super enhanced individuals or superhumans. Yeah, they died. So like people were dying left and right. But if we're gonna go really talking about these are super enhanced individuals, and I love like when they started fighting in the what was it called in the
In the
building in the
facility.
beginning in the facility when they found Sentry, bro, they weren't holding back, and I'm like thinking about it. They're all super enhanced individuals, bro. They don't play no games.
Hmm.
Like I'll sit there like, and they're mercenaries. They're killers. The only thing I did not like, which I kind of really go back to talking about the Taskmaster character, Taskmaster shouldn't have been easily murked like that. In the comics, there's only a couple individuals who can outsmart Taskmaster or even kill him. There's only like two or three of them. There's Moon Knight, Deadpool, and Spider Man. And as far as I know, none of them characters were in the movie. But hey, whatever, yo, you killed them. So, oh, I mean, sorry, correction, you killed her.
Yeah, it's a her.
I just felt like that was too fast. Like that was too easy, in my opinion. But like I
Yeah,
said, like
especially how she's able to learn while she fights.
yes, which should have been a big like I should be able to dog all four of you guys at the same time.
Pretty
But I did
much.
like, but I did like the combat scene. That was amazing. I loved it. I love how they work together. But John Walker, is it John Walker, right?
Yes, John
USA
Walker,
John
the U.S.
Walker
soldier. I mean, the U.S. Agent.
agent. He's not a leader, bro. In my personal opinion, bro, he talks too much. He's
That's
yes, he's been on
fine.
the field. He's on the field, yes, but I don't think he's that guy, bro. Like he has anger management issues, yo. Like
He's
you can
cocky.
immediately tell he's cocky, but he's also emotional as well. And which is crazy because when you think about all all the problems that these guys have, Red Guardian's forgotten because he was a Captain America version in Russia, in Mother Russia. He was forgotten. He was thrown by the government, as well as Isaiah Bradley in Captain America 4.
Hmm.
He was locked away, but he was given special privileges, which I I still don't like that though. But whatever. Isaiah Bradley should have got that special treatment, but whatever. Neither here or there. But then you got Yelena in the formal shadow of the Black Widow, aka Scarlett Johansson's character. Then you got Ghost, who was like like struggling to survive because she was warping from one universe to another. Well, not universe, but dimension to
Hmm.
another. And she really didn't have a childhood, which I can understand that. And then we have U.S. Agent, who lost his family because of his stupidity, because he got emotional, as we know. Because in Captain, well, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, uh, he was only Captain America for what, like 2 minutes.
He
I
was
mean,
Captain America for a season,
not
eight
even half a
episodes.
season, bro.
I liked him. Now
But I
I
did like,
don't.
I
I
love how he
he.
was the butt of the joke, bro. I did love that.
Well, let me ask you this: would you be okay with Walker being Captain America than Sam Wilson?
Yes. Sam Wilson's not Captain America. Sam Wilson's not Captain America. This Sam Wilson, this version of Sam Wilson is not Captain America. He ain't that guy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. I'm just telling you
Uh,
straight up. Sam Wilson is not that guy. The version that we got is not that guy. As far as I know, Bucky Barnes is a better leader than he is.
so can I get it? Can I get it in order? Can I get who's the Captain America? The Captain America mantle. So you got Bucky at the top, and then you have John Walker number 2. Did you have somebody at number 3 before Sam Wilson, or you would have put Sam Wilson at 3?
I didn't put Red Guardian as Captain America before for him.
Damn.
I'm sorry, but there will always be only one Captain America, and that will always be Chris Evans. Facts.
Okay. You just don't like Sam Wilson. Okay.
I did like him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but like I said, he moved 5 steps back. I mean, 5 steps forward, and then moved 6 steps back because I felt like he didn't progress as a character. Moving on in Captain America 4, I felt like he was the same character that was left off in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So therefore, what was the point of me watching the show if you're gonna keep doubting yourself? I thought we got over this, or we just need a recap. And okay, cool, but why? Why are you doubting yourself? You're supposed to be that guy.
Right.
And I get it. He didn't take the super soldier serum, but at the same time, get over it. Who cares? Why are you crying about it? You made your choice.
Yeah. You're Captain America. Why are you sitting back and thinking about taking regretting not taking the super soldier serum? Like you're here now, so you
Yeah,
either take it or keep it moving the way you are.
facts.
And I and
And
I, I, I agree with you on that one where it's like You got to have, as Captain America, you got to have the most confidence out of everybody.
Facts. But you
And
also have to have that righteousness in you as well. But
uh,
also having the willpower to say, I'm not doing this. Like Chris Evans did in Civil War.
I hear that. We are in agreement that we feel like Sam Wilson is more of a, I hate to use this word, follower than a leader.
Yeah, I would have to stand on that. He's more of a soldier than a general, like than a leader.
Better way. That's a very better way. Okay, so where we going from here? Because I feel like with them becoming the new Avengers, hence where the asterisks came from, Thunderbolts, asterisks, and it makes the transition towards the end of the movie that they are the new Avengers. Now, Valentina DeFontaine, what do you think her role is moving forward in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? She's
She's the
going to be
new
the
Nick
new
Fury.
Ross? Oh, she's the
No,
new
she's
Nick
the new
Fury.
Nick Fury. In the comics, she was a love interest for Nick Fury, and she knew all his dark and deepest secrets. But as we know, she was the ex-wife of I forget his name, something Ross,
Are
who
you
was
talking
also
about
in
Homeboy from um, Black Panther?
Black Panther. He was also introduced in Secret Invasion as well.
No, was he?
Yeah, he was there. That's how we found out that he was married to
Everett Ross.
Everett Ross. Everett Ross?
Everett Ross.
Everett Ross. Uh-huh. That's how
Yes.
we found out he was married to Valentina.
Okay, yeah, because I think she hacked his phone or something like that, and then she was about to arrest him. And
Yeah,
the second movie,
no, she did arrest him.
okay,
Remember he got locked up.
yeah, and they broke him out. Right, right,
They
right,
broke
right.
him out. Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead, please continue. But what are we doing with this character? She is
I
now
believe
she's the
she's going to be
new
the new Nick
Fury.
Fury.
Okay,
And I'm surprised because they called them the new Avengers because I really thought they were going to be the Dark Avengers. And going forward, this is the problem now that we going to go face. Like you said, spoiler alert as well. Going forward, as we know, as they beat the Sentry or the evil version of himself, the Void, aka the Void, Valentina assembles a press conference introducing the new Avengers, and we have a new team running the Watchtower. And as we moving forward, we come to find out in the post-credit scene, or I mean the post-credit scene, that Sam Wilson has a problem with the Avengers and even fighting them with the lawsuit for the title of the Avengers. So therefore, I believe there's going to be two Avenger teams. They might be West Coast Avengers because in the comics that happened as well, and then we're having the Avengers in New York City, the East Coast Avengers. So I believe that there's going to be some type of a civil war as well going forward. Sam Wilson's going to build his own team, and Winter Soldier has his own team. And I do think the Winter Soldier is the leader of his team, as you already know. Looking going in the post credit scene, he was talking about, and it did feel like he was leading the team.
I felt like it was more Yelena, but all right.
Because if you look at the newspaper readings and the articles, it was most of it was Bucky Barnes because he did have a dark past.
Mm-hmm.
But this is why I think they're going to be called the Dark Avengers. But hey, whatever they call them, the New Avengers, I'm cool with it. This is going to be interesting how we do it because this is why I'm telling you yet again. If you wanted to do Captain America 4, you should have assembled the Avengers right away, a new team. So this has me thinking, who is Sam Wilson going to recruit for his team of the Avengers? And there's only a couple people I could think of. First of all, I think it's going to be the West Coast Avengers because he did run the West Coast Avengers. Vision was one of the characters in that squad. Hawkeye might come back to reprise that role because he was also on that team as well.
We got some controversial things with Marvel and Hawkeye right now.
Facts. Yeah, I already know about that with Jenny Remmer, which is I'm sad, but I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers are tripping. But okay, let's get into it real quick. The biggest part that we gotta talk about is that end credit scene, bro. That end credit scene after we get them. Which, by the way, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think this is the longest end credit scene that we got in MCU history. Period. I think the end credit scene lasted about 3-4 minutes. Watching the new Avengers come into the Watchtower and hyping each other up, talking about like that the public is 50-50 with them. They don't know if they really want to call them the Avengers
Mm-hmm.
or fake Avengers or whatever they want to call them. They're just not it.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to persuade the public, and they've been doing the Avengers thing for like 6 months. So which is pretty crazy. So they
14.
14, sorry, 14, correction. Because I really have to talk about this. But then at the end of the day, bro, it's like there's something coming in an atmosphere. And as you know, this really wowed the shit out of me because I didn't think it was gonna happen this
Yes,
soon.
you did, because I already told you when they released the trailer, well, the teaser thing, and one of the damn events. I told you they was gonna come because Galactus was gonna destroy that freaking universe. Remember
I
that?
just didn't.
I'm
I
so
was
mad I
wild
didn't clip
because
it. I'm so mad I didn't clip it. I'm gonna find it though. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna timestamp it and I'm gonna send it to you. But we knew this was going to happen. But please
I didn't think
continue.
this soon though. But we gotta talk about the end credit scene, bro. Like there is a spacecraft entering Earth's atmosphere, the 616 atmosphere. And as we get zoomed in, we see Yelena and Winter Soldier both looking at the camera, and it says a four on the ship. As we both know, it is the Fantastic Four. That just blew my motherfucking mind. Bam!
Okay, so how because I kind of, it didn't really blow my mind because it was kind of predictable how this was going to happen for me. Like we talked about last year. I want to say that first trailer came out, was it October? It might have been October when it
Mm-hmm.
came out, and then we were having the discussion like, yo, we can't have a Fantastic Four movie without Doctor Doom in it. So we just came up with this hypothesis of the possibility of Doctor Doom being in that Fantastic Four movie, and by them showing Galactus in the trailer, like there's no way you're going to defeat Galactus, and then we're trying to make another Avengers movie. So we had to figure out how to get them to the 616 universe. So that's the only possible way they could do it. Like, now how they got there, we're gonna find out in July when the movie comes out. But we kind of already knew they was gonna come to this universe.
Facts. Which, like I said, I'm not judging this Fantastic Four movie. I'm just really hoping it works out because if we already know that if they fail on this movie, this is going to be a really hard to recover from this. But like I said,
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Does this post credit scene intrigue your interest in this Fantastic Four movie?
it does because they're really riding on this Fantastic Four movie. Like I said, if this fails, that means that end credit scene didn't mean shit. But at the end of the day, it has my interest. This movie has to be good in order for them to do that because as far as I know, from what I understood from the internet, that there was reshoots and it wasn't reshoots to continue the movie. It was reshoots that continued the end credit scene. So therefore, that means that either this movie must be really fucking good or they got some balls to write on this movie. Like they're really hoping this movie becomes the shit.
I got a
So
confession to make.
what's
I
that?
was actually more excited about the trailer that they showed in the theater more than the actual post credit scene, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't, in any of the trailers that they released prior than the last one, because I don't think I've watched the last one, but they said that the Invisible Woman is pregnant.
Oh yeah. Oh, you
I
didn't know that?
I did not know that until I saw that
So
trailer yesterday.
we getting Franklin Richards,
Yes, so
aka
now
Frank
now
Richards.
that
I'm
intrigues me.
excited. I'm
That is
intrigued because we already have a superhuman being like Sentry walking around. That means we're ready. Well, we all got two people right now, Wanda and Sentry. So therefore, we get an OP character, super OP, beyond godlike powers. Like if he's created, that means that there's endless possibilities for other beings. And this dude, Franklin Richards, yo, I already told you about him. He ain't no joke.
okay. For the people at home that missed that actual pod, can you please tell us how much of a G Franklin Richards is?
Okay, for those of you who don't know who Franklin Richard is, he is the son of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. He is so powerful that he could create universes out of sheer will. He even once made Galactus his own hero. he has the power to be able to cross time, past, present, and future. He is the shit. He is a godlike being, bro. He is too powerful for his own fucking self. Like, bro, if they don't, I hope they don't nerf him because I think he is, and this is my opinion, and this is my like theory. He is the key that's going to beat Doctor Doom in Secret Wars.
You think so?
I believe so. If it's anything like the comics, then he is that guy. He is the end game. He is the plan B. He is plan A through Z. He is that guy.
Okay, so now here's where things is going to get interesting. So where we at? Where you think they would put the timeline? Well, I think it won't even matter because they have two different timelines where you talk about the Fantastic Four movie and then they transition to the 616 where they're in a totally different timeline. So where I'm trying to get at is the baby going to be born in this movie?
My personal opinion, I think Franklin is going to be born in the 616 universe. I don't think he's going to be born in the Fantastic Four universe, whatever the name of the universe is called.
Okay.
That's what I believe. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes in the movie, but I do have strong hopes for him. I believe he is going to exist before we get King Dynasty. Oh, well, I mean, Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
He is a crucial character for this going forward. The only thing I have to understand is there is two things we got to talk about. If we have the Fantastic Four coming in the 616, that creates an incursion. But Doctor Strange created an incursion. So, does that mean that the incursion that they're creating, both of them, because they're both creating incursions at the same time?
Didn't Loki
Does that
fix
make
the
it worse?
incursions?
Nope.
So what was the whole point of this? Is where I get confused with this incursion
This is the
thing.
confusing part because the incursion is that Doctor Strange crossed universes. He sleepwalked into another universe. He wasn't supposed to do that. Same thing with Wanda. He created an incursion. As you know it, if a being crosses a universe or another universe for too long, two universes can't collide on each other, or therefore there could only be one universe that could survive from it.
Right.
And hence an incursion, what Reed Richards said by John Krasinski. So therefore, I believe that I don't think Doctor Strange created the incursion. I think it might have been the Fantastic Four. Hence why I think Doctor Strange 3 is a crucial movie that I think is going to lead into Doomsday.
So we're kind of mixed up in the timeline when Doctor Strange 3 happened, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Hopefully they clarify that up when the Fantastic Four comes out. But I'm extremely excited about the Fantastic Four because we got to see the Silver Surfer. We got to see a little bit more of Galactus. And we keep referencing back to this movie. But this would have been so cool if the Eternals came back somehow and we had to deal with the Celestials and Galactus somehow.
I do agree with you. It's just a matter of time until we figure it out where we're going with this. But at the same time, I don't think the fans are ready. I just don't think they're ready for it. Like, and I'm not talking about the diehard fans. I'm talking about the casual fans. The ones who don't read comics or understand the movie or watch everything that is connected
or have no
to this,
attention span whatsoever.
Which is sad because this wasn't meant for y'all, for who are actually big like Marvel fans like us. Like, I don't care if we have like 5 TV shows. That's cool. I don't care if we have 5 movies every year.
I care. No, don't
I
do
only
that.
care. I only care if you destroy like the plot and you just rush things. But at the same time, like in comics, this is casual. Like everything is connected. Yes, there will be some times where we will get out of hand and why they reset the universe. But yeah, I can understand that too as well. I mean, like I do think that they were trying to please too many people and not the right people. That's my personal opinion in the matter. But I do think that they do need to cut back a little bit. Kevin Feige's only one guy, like I said, and then eventually he will retire and somebody has to take over his spot. But at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. I do think Marvel's going the right direction now. We got Daredevil. which was an amazing TV series. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. And Thunderbolts is going in the right direction. Captain America 4 sucked, in my personal opinion. Wasn't the
It
worst movie
wasn't
ever.
good or bad.
It wasn't good or bad, but it could have been a hell of a lot better than what we got. But thank God we didn't get that cheesy ass ending like we did in Captain America 4. But overall, I do recommend everybody checking this movie out. It was amazing. I had fun. The cast was amazing. I do think that you shouldn't sleep on this movie. It is connected to everything else. But for those who haven't watched and caught up to any of the movies, I don't think you need to catch up. Just go
Yes,
ahead and
yes, you
watch it.
do. You need to watch the Black Widow. You need to watch Captain America,
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, and Winter Soldier, and you need to watch.
I
What's the
think they
other?
did a pretty good job recapping everything, but that's just
Ant
my
Man and the
personal opinion.
Wasp. Ant Man and the Wasp. You got to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you didn't watch none of those, you got to watch those to understand.
And you have to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier as well. But I mean, overall, I think this movie was great. I do recommend it. Um, Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, I think that's it for now.
All right, y'all.